After the Second World War, kids stopped eating vegetables. And so a group of storytellers got together and decided they were going to change that with a story. And so they created Popeye the Sailor Man, who ate spinach and became invincible. And as we've seen before, the power of stories to change things, spinach and vegetable sales went exponential in the US as a result of the campaign called Popeye the Sailor Man. And that was the start of a storytelling discipline called entertainment education, which is a discipline within storytelling where it says that as storytellers, we can change society using storytellers. It fundamentally says that information is not the way to reach the human mind. We argue when we get information, but when we enter the world of a story, we change because we actually are transported into the world of the story. And in that story, we have experiences and we come back fundamentally altered, which, if you think about it, is awesome. Awesome, because complex ideas and situations and life experiences, mentorship, we can do that within the realm of the story. And it started being used for societal change with Popeye the Sailor Man. It became a discipline with the help of a guy called Miguel Sebago, who was a Mexican storyteller, very passionate about stories from a young age, started directing plays at varsity, then started making telenovas, and they became international successes, like mental impact, millions of people coming forward for literacy as a result of his basically soap operas. And that further catapulted the discipline of entertainment education to become a worldwide health communication phenomenon that's been used by Johns Hopkins, the United Nations, everyone. It's a massive framework for bringing around societal change. Essentially what entertainment education says as a theory is that stories themselves are a much better way to educate and mentor people than information. And so the theory of entertainment education is really central to Tomfoolery and the work we are doing and want to do more and more into the future of how do we mentor people who don't have fathers? How do we mentor people who suffer childhood traumas in townships and because of inequality? How do we gift them with things that they just don't have and might not ever get? And our answer to that is storytelling in part. But we use storytelling and entertainment education really successfully for St. Charles College, which is a school in Pietermaritzburg. We created 2 series for them. The first is Harwin Road 1 and the second is Harwin Road 2. Harwin Road 2 is a really beautiful piece of work. It takes all of the wonderful sales properties, there's 10 of them, that makes St. Charles a really good school, better than its competitors, and it packages them in semiotics. And then it pushes the viewer through the story using the narrative arc of conflict and intention and characters. And it really is a very, very, very beautiful production, well worth a watch. The first one we made really helped them to grow their sales, and the second one is doing the same. The first takeaway out of that is I was always terrified by narrative, because narrative is actually quite difficult to make. So if you're an agency or a brand and you're settling for TV ads using the kind of like the sales arc that we looked at earlier, problem, solution, features and benefits, or just simple documentaries like the self-efficacy documentaries for FMI and DA, that's good stuff, but you're leaving probably the most powerful storytelling tool on the table, which is fiction, narrative. Narrative really, really, unlike anything else, changes people fundamentally, according to the theory. Eh? And if you're a storyteller and you're settling for vlogs or information-based storytelling primarily, I really want to encourage you that the best way us as storytellers can impact society is arguably, according to the theory, is through fictional stories. And the person to read there is Melanie Green and her work on narrative transportation. So this brings our series to an end. I hope you've had a great time and have learned 1 or 2 things. If you are looking for a storytelling agency, specifically within entertainment education and social change, Tomfoolery is a great place to look. We're highly passionate. We love what we do. We are small and boutique, so we only take on quite select clients. And we have limited capacity because we've got a real passion for the people that we are working with, but I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to carry on the journey, really encourage you of learning, come over to Substack to Create Change, where you'll see some of the inner workings about how we're using storytelling for social change within our province and working towards that being something greater. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.
Let go and love.